So I get asked all the time, should I do Facebook Live or not? And there's no easy answer. I mean, it really depends on what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with appearing on camera, then it's probably a big winner as long as your audience is with you on Facebook. But if they're not with you, then you have to evaluate whether Facebook Live is a good option for you or not. There is a feature on Facebook Live where you can practice, and only do a Facebook Live to yourself. A lot of people don't know that, but it helps people that might have some fear of doing a live. So I want to give you one example of a Facebook Live that worked extremely well. This is somebody that was challenged to do a Facebook Live every day for 30 days. I think it was every business day for 30 days. And she racked up 30,400 views, 650 comments, and $600,000 in sales. Now, she's got a high ticket item, so it is a little unique, it is a little remarkable, but it can be done, and Facebook Live could be a good revenue center for you, especially if your customers are on Facebook Live. So one of the things I like to say when people ask me again, is Facebook Live for me, is how they get started. Well, how you get started is you put a bunch of topics together that make sense, that's relevant to your audience, and you start knocking them out on a daily basis. And I say daily because you want to kick things off. And I know you're fearful of not having an audience. You build that audience over time. You just have to be comfortable. You might only have one or two people watching, depending on who your audience is. Secondly, with Facebook Lives, they are saved in your feed and they're shown to other people that you think or Facebook thinks might enjoy them. So even though you don't have a lot of people on your live, you might get a lot of viewers later. And again, doing them daily, time after time, as long as the audience is responding to them, then you should get a bigger and bigger audience no matter what time you go live. Also, it is a good thing to note when you go live at 6 p.m. versus 8 a.m. versus noon. Where do you get that audience? When is that audience picking up? So that's also important to note. My big thing is, I love video. Any way you can monetize or brand yourself via video, that's the way to go, especially if you've got a funnel attached to it. So what I want you to do, if you've been thinking about video, is try a few Facebook Lives, but just do them to yourself. Remember the feature I was telling you about? Just do the Facebook Live to yourself. I think it's called Me Only. Try that for 3 days, 3 different topics, play it back to yourself. If it resonates with you and it looks good enough, go for it. You're going to get better over time. Just do it. All right, so that's my big tip on Facebook Live. When clients ask me whether we should do it or not, that's what I tell them.